What's up? I am Oscar Tsukayama, and I actually will not be your host tonight. I will be your waiter to cater you through this evening of this great entertainment we have prepared for you tonight. Wow. If you couldn't tell by now, I am from Oakland, California, born and raised, and we have such a special treat for you today on the Virtual Cafe. We are honoring Black History Month with a phenomenal cast. And typically, in between cast people, I would give some terrible puns out. But so we're going to divert from that today. We'll add a little more puns here and there, but we're actually going to be talking about all these different small businesses and different figures from Oakland who don't get appreciated, but should get appreciated for the impact they have had on our community. But that's beside the point. But on top of all this, we have a phenomenal cast for you. Can we please bring them down to here? Oh, there's Dave.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, you guys.
Thanks
for tuning in.
Hey. So, this is our group today. This is our cast. I'll let them introduce themselves, give them a little explanation, and also tell them, when was the last time you guys performed and what was that role you did? Starting with ladies first. Yaadi, can you please start for us?
Yes, my name is Yaadi Erica, or Erica Richardson, whichever is clever. The last time I performed was actually, October? It was through this series called Songs While You Wait, where me and my guitar player and my harp player, we would play on the street. And it was they had a bunch of these different bands that would play at different spots on the street in Oakland, and people would drive their cars and pull up and watch a little 10-minute set and then drive to the next destination to see the other bands. So that was pretty cool. We did that for a few weeks. And then before that, in September, I launched my show, the second annual Black Girl Magic Festival, but this time it was virtually. So there were a bunch of other performers, as well as myself and my band. Liberation, but yeah, I've been performing quite a bit in the fall, but it slowed down. This is probably my first bigger performance since the new year has started, I believe. So yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited.
That's incredible. During such tough times, you're continuing these amazing live performances, but that are just at a safe distance, of course. But it's just That's amazing that you're keeping the art alive. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So is that the last one on stage? This is Anthony Rollins-Mullens. Hi everyone. Just a dude over here, sometimes singing a song, sometimes singing a dance. Was that question for last time on stage or just last time in general? Or both, or all, or everything?
Why not? Go for both. Why not?
So last time that I was actually performing on stage, I was performing in these, there were these immersive parties at the hotel over on Market and 8th, I think it's the Whitcomb. And they would kind of deck out the ballroom in a theme. I did Studio 54, actually this time last year, and there was also a Las Vegas lounge, where we just come out and just immerse everybody in and just kind of take them out of their phone and out of their heads and just come in here and listen to music and watch people perform and drink and just go. My last couple of performances have been similar to this. A lot of a couple of cabarets, especially with 40 Seconds Moon and such, and as well as with Velocity Arts, and even did a musical with 42nd Street Moon back in December, kind of where we had to record everything alone and then spliced it together. It actually turned out really great, but it's really nerve-wracking because you just are getting no feedback. You're singing harmonies, you're just, in your microphone talking about and so that
Anthony would hold down the bass line.
It's always going to be the bass line.
That bass line is always
Very
down there.
right?
But yeah, no, that's kind of what I've been up to.
No, that's incredible. From starts, it's always good to get off of our phones every once in a while because we really need it nowadays. And also, thank you for continuing virtual theater as well. We need people like you to just keep on pushing us forward. I know you were a dancer before, so just like jitaying across the floor and whatnot. I know
Yeah,
you're doing
right.
some dance moves on. Like I can't wait to see some of your dance moves tonight, hopefully too. That's what I'm hoping for.
Just gonna sit and just gonna park it and bark it. It'll be fine.
All the lies he tells.
Classic. Okay, well certainly, last but certainly not least, we got Mr. Dave J Abrams right here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So good to see you, and I'm so glad to be invited to this wonderful show. I'm just honored to be alongside Anthony Rollins-Mullens and Yaadi Erica because we had the pleasure of performing years back, maybe more than like up to 10 years back. We go way back, and it's so ironic because the last performance that I was in, or the last production, let's say last production I was in, was in 2019 in San Francisco. Yes, I left my last production in San Francisco. And I did Hairspray, the musical. And man, so many feelings come to me with that show. I know Yaadi Erica and I, that was the first time I ever got to do it. And I played CBJ Stubbs, and she was my Motormouth Mabel, and every night just sang her tail off. Come on, so I can't wait for tonight. But it was a beautiful experience for me because it was a show that talked about a lot of things that are pressing right now: racial injustice and equality, and standing up for what's right and humanity, civil rights. And so when I first got to do that show back in, I think 2011 it was, as soon as this show came around to do it again, I was there at the auditions, man, and I was just really trying to get cast, and it was a great show, and I ended up getting a TBA award for it back in 2019, and was able to host the awards. I think the award show was the last performance I did that was live, and then I went straight into virtual teaching with Performing Academy, Bay Area Children's Theater, worked on a couple of student programs, and then eventually did a couple of cabarets. But I'll be honest with you guys, this is nothing like live theater. It's nothing like being together, feeling the energy from the audience, being able to look out and see my grandmother and my mom and my best friends and stuff supporting me and rooting me on at the end of the show. But I'm so grateful that we have technology and that we can all be together virtually at least, so we can continue to sing for you all.
Yeah, Dave, you electrified the stage, and I mean, we can get electrified on virtual theater and whatnot, but we can't wait to see all you guys back on the stage without all this electricity in front of us. Let the lights be the only electricity going on, and the monitors, not us getting our own microphones and all kind of using our unreliable internet at the same time,
I tell you, you're so right. I've never had to have so many hats on at one time. It's just like lighting designer and set designer and costume.
We miss you, theater tech. We miss you, theater
all of
tech.
you.
Oh, I love the text.
Tech theater, miss you. Stage manager reminded me, hey, you got 5 minutes. And the musicians. Can we also give a big shout out to the musicians, the orchestra, who's always down there holding us down, keeping us in time and in rhythm. Man, it's been so hard not feeling that, being around that. And so, man, love you, theater.
It's so hard not to be around the community, but it's so great to have you guys as our community tonight and to show off your talents that these people haven't seen on stage for a while. So without further ado, let's start the show. I believe Anthony, our guy, is starting off the show right here. Ooh.
I
Anthony,
guess it's just me then. Okay. Hey.
what will you be singing for? What will you be singing for us tonight?
Tonight I'll be singing. Starting off with "Rain" from a musical that I definitely love, "Once on This Island." It's a show that I had the pleasure of doing. I think it was the second show I did when I came back to the Bay Area and started back into musical theater. And just, it was a fantastic cast, just some really fantastic memories of just local Bay Area artists just singing their faces off. But it really is just a show about love, which I just, there's so much love in that show. Like, we definitely could have done that show for 5 years straight and just never have gotten tired of it.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
definitely. Well, I'm so happy that you get to reprise this song, bring this song to us, and we can't wait for you just to have it just rain all over us. But yeah, take it away.
Thank you. Let there be no moon. Let the clouds race by. Where the road meets the sea, let the tide be high. Let there be a girl walking by the sea, and let there be rain, rain on the road, rain on her face. Rain makes the road such a dangerous place. Let there be a car racing through the night. Where the road meets the sea, let her wait. Where the road meets the sea, let them spin. Where the road meets the sea, let their fate begin. In the rain. Thank you.
Wow, you have such a powerful voice. That was. I wish I could see you perform live right now. That's not fair.
That, it's just those songs really bring it out of you. You can't help but feel like get in the moment of them. And I actually didn't get to sing that song in the show. I was a different character. But just like everyone, just oh my goodness, you just have a chance to show off at pretty much any time. I can't wait till someone does
what
that
I'm
show
hearing
again.
is hopefully the next time you're cast in this show, you get to sing this song. Like
Maybe I wouldn't mind. I played Tonton Julian before, who's like the father of Little Timoon, and I would not mind playing him again. But this is also a really fantastic role as well that I'd really love to play. One day.
I mean, that's like you said. That's such a beautiful show. But I also wanted to ask you, what is something that inspires your art and your craft? Like, yeah.
I think the thing that really inspires my craft has been that I have had some really fantastic teachers. And so, like, I want to shout out to all of the teachers right now. And it's like, and we think about teachers in a way of just kind of like just at school. But they have so much more that they do outside of school. And not just talking about academics, because I went to the School of the Arts High School here in San Francisco. And so like all of my arts teachers through, high school and college, shout out to all of those private vocal coaches who were like singing, who were like giving me coaching online while they were backstage getting ready to do a show themselves. And so, I've just been surrounded by so many teachers my entire life. Even my best friend is a teacher, just like everywhere. And so they inspire me all the time because they are giving 110% to teach us how to give 120%.
Yes. Oh, that is a beautiful quote. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. And have you been able to? Have you been able to teach people yourself? I feel like
I did teach. I did teach for a little while. When I used to be a professional dancer, and so when I was dancing, I was teaching dance, teaching like ballet, some modern classes. I taught liturgical dance, and I taught Afro-Haitian at times. So yeah, back in the days, It was a long time ago.
Well-
But it's also because of that experience, I have so much respect because I'm not teaching right now. I am definitely not going to be teaching right now. And so the ones who are, man, so many hats off. So many hats off to the teachers who are still teaching.
So many. And I bet so many of the students, I bet you left such a great impact on all these students as well. And I know that if they're watching right now, they're like, he can sing too? From all those dance classes? Come on.
Right? From a long time ago.
But
So fun.
you thank you for opening up our show. You were phenomenal. You have one more song later in the show that we'll
a little
get to
bit
in
later.
a second.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We'll see you in a second.
Yes. See-
Okay, so first up, Conscious. Stay Conscious. Oakland rapper. Not too many people know about him because after he graduated Skyline High School, my high school, he went to Sacramento and has been helping different communities all over the state. Another way to stay conscious is to, I don't know, maybe read up on a couple of books that could help understand the experience that might not be yours. Anyways, that's just, just throwing that out there. Stay conscious and all that great stuff. Listen to his music, Freedom, all on different streaming platforms. Another amazing artist that we got up next is not Conscious. It is the phenomenal Yaadi Erica. Where is she? There she is. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
What will you be singing for us tonight?
I will be singing She Used to Be Mine from The Waitress. It's a song that I love and connect with a lot.
Yeah, so everyone out there, just know you're about to be serenaded like never before. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay, well, that's all I'm gonna say. You take it away. Just, go ahead.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me. These shoes and this apron, this place and its patrons, I've taken more than I gave on. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center, but I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. You're not what I asked for. Sometimes life, it just slips in through the back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. Now I've got you. See, you're not what I asked for. But if I'm honest, I know I'd give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For that girl that I knew was reckless just enough, who gets hurt but learns how to toughen up when she's used and God's She's messy, but she's kind. She's lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be
That was beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank
Your
you.
tone, the emotion. Oh, you just add just a totally different layer to this song. That's just, I don't. It's
Thank
one of the most
you.
beautiful versions I've ever heard in my life. Like I.
Dang, well, thank you. I will take that. You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
You're so
Thank you.
talented. Oh my gosh, come on. But with your talent, I wanted to know who or what inspires you for your art.
A lot of singers. The list goes on, but the ones who, have focused on tone, but they also focus on telling the story. A lot of those people stand out to me. Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, Audrey McDonald, even Jessie Mueller, the one who sung this song on Broadway, Sarah Bareilles singing it herself. I just get really inspired by singers who really focus on the art of storytelling in their song, as well as bring in like amazing dope vocals, but it's all about the storytelling. And that's something that my teachers, speaking of teachers, growing up when I was studying, my teachers really harped on that for me. They're like, don't just park it and bark it. Like, if you park it and bark it, you gotta have some emotion, right? And tell the story and think about what you're saying. And that really rang true a lot. And I went into deeper study of the songs that I was singing and writing and really focusing on the story as well as vocals, yeah, but like the story, what are you talking about? So yeah.
Well, you told an absolutely beautiful story with this rendition you just did, and you told it without having the entire musical like plot before and after it. And it's just, I was tearing up. I had to get a Kleenex right before I came on here. I know a lot of people out
Thank
there doing the
you.
same. So wow, just
Thank you, honey.
no, thank you so much for being here.
It's been a pleasure. I'm so excited to be here. This is great.
I'm so happy, and I know you also get to sing another song later in the show.
Yes.
So you get to come back in a second too. So I know I'm excited for that. They're excited for that, and I hope you're excited for that too.
I am. All right, love. Thank you.
Of course. We'll see you in a little bit. See you right back.
See you in a little. All right.
She's phenomenal. Anthony's phenomenal. Amazing, right? On to shirt number 2. If you guys might recognize this is old school Michael B. Jordan from Ryan Coogler's Fruitvale Station, but yet this shirt is not the same as you might have seen in the past because this is drawn by Mr. Art Vomit himself. I know Miss Jared because he used to be one of my choreographers back in the day, but he is doing some amazing art. He started in Oakland, started working in New York, started working in London. Check out his art. His art is phenomenal. Another small business owner himself. Next up is another phenomenal guest. Not Jared, not Ryan Coogler, not Michael B. Jordan, but close. It is the Dave J Abrams.
Woo, 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 woo. How we doing, everybody? How we doing?
What's up, Dave?
Happy Black History Month.
Yes, happy Black History. And also, I love the shirt that you have on right now, too.
Thank you,
Like-
man. I had to feel rooted, Today was a special day, and I wanted to showcase that. Our ancestry, my ancestry from my family, we go way back to West Africa. And that's what we're representing. And then my dad is from Guyana. He was born in the islands. My mother was born in Chicago. I was just talking to my grandmother recently about kind of where we have migrated from and then how we ended up today. And it's a beautiful story. I wish I could tell when we don't have as much time, but
No, I mean, I think that's beautiful, too, because given the circumstance of the slave trade, a lot of people don't know where they're from. So it is amazing to hear just all the amazing West African and just like the island that your family is from. And I know it's short, but it's still a beautiful story just to hear from right here. That's awesome. Thank you for
man.
sharing to start off. Oh, what are you going to share with us and sing for us today?
Today I wanted to choose a piece from a beautiful, opulent, lush, timely musical called Ragtime. And the name of the song is called Make Them Hear You. It was written by Stephen Flaherty, the lyrics by Lynn Ahrens, and the song takes place at the very end of the show. This is where the character Cole House Walker Jr. has come from a very Booker T. Washington approach to dealing with injustice, to the point where his car gets broken down, it gets vandalized, it gets defecated on, and there's a lot of negative derogatory words that he's being called, and then it goes further to his love of his life, the one thing that he was searching for in this show. I think the main thing was finding love again. He had already had success with his career, and he was making it for himself, and he just needed love, and that love was taken away from him by police who killed an unarmed black woman trying to save her husband. Isn't a new story, right? And
Right,
so we go
right.
from this Booker T. Washington approach into more of a Marcus Garvey approach, because what else does a man have to do when they feel victimized or they feel like their lives are being taken are for granted? And so he sings this song to the other African American men in this library that they were getting ready to bomb. But Cole House is trying to give America one last chance to give him his fair due process. And it doesn't happen. So this song is called Make Them Hear You. And
You set it up perfectly. I'm going to go ahead.
I mean, it just is what it is, right? Times need to change. But we're doing it. It's happening. Go out and tell our story. Let it echo far and wide. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. How justice was our battle and how justice is still denied. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And say to those who blame us for the way we chose to fight, that sometimes there are battles that are more than black or white. And I could not put down my sword when justice is still alright. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Go out and tell our story to your daughters and your sons. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Your sword can be a sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise their voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear you, I'll be near you again. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Man, this song brings me back. Wow, we did this show back February 16th to March 18, 2018. It's 2018, 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. And it was I think for me, it was like the most quintessential theater experience I could ever have. I had just come back from LA and I was trying to make it. I was dancing, doing backup for Jessica Sutter. I was working in, Hollywood, doing, fun stuff. And then I also was trying to record music and working at, going to school at Musicians Institute. But the balance of it, the economics of it all, investing and still trying to work and fund your career, it got tough. So I felt like I had to take a step back to move forward. I came back to San Francisco, the Bay Area. And my gosh, they welcomed me with open arms in this theater community. I didn't really know too much about the magnificence of ragtime when I first went in. And then, oh my gosh, I was so lucky to have gotten the part, to be working alongside Anthony Rollins-Mullens, who is a brilliant, amazing actor, singer and dancer, polymath, you say. And all of the other actors who were just like that. Just brilliant, had so much to contribute, and so much. I learned so much during that process. So, really quick, sorry, Oscar, but I want to give a shout out to the cast and crew and Berkeley Playhouse of Ragtime Musical. And I just want to thank you guys so much for giving me that opportunity. And I love you and I miss you all. Especially the little kids who are now growing up, man, and getting ready to branch out and do their thing. So, I'm so thankful and so grateful.
Yeah, we're so grateful you were able to sing this beautiful song for us. Like, it's almost not fair having Yaadi right before you, because she just makes us cry, and then you just make us like weep, because it's just we already have tears coming down our faces, and then boom, just bang, bang, bang. Wow, that was.
Who did that lineup?
Oh,
They wanted the emotion. They wanted emotion.
It was so great to hear just the whole background you brought with the character, and thinking of all these, like Booker T. Washington and just all these different figures to help bring your character along. And it's just not a lot of people get to explain just all the different crazy thoughts they go into creating a figure. And it's just so great to hear what went into your thought process to help bring him to such a powerful light, which you also just casually won maybe 1 or 2 TBAs for this role and this production back when you did it at Berkeley Playhouse. Isn't that right?
Thank you so much. Yeah, we were so lucky too. Best ensemble, best choreography, best musical direction. Shout out to Dan Fayer and all the musicians. We love you so much, and we want to support you as much as we can. Marissa Rudd, oh my God, so many people, my family who came to support and helped me to stay strong, because I actually, to be honest with you, it was at a time when I really wasn't my best self. I felt like I had a lot of insecurities, a lot of low self-esteem, and these people just helped me to change that mindset and just find my inner self, and I thank them for all that.
It seems like just a phenomenal point of inspiration in your life, and we're just so grateful that you got to reprise the song and bring it to us and bring it to this stage with this beautiful montage you have in the background as well. That was just it was all together, tech crew, singing, costume, everything you did, phenomenal. Are you kidding?
Thank you, Oscar. One last thing, my friend Rashad is a huge believer in Orisha work and acknowledging our ancestors, knowing that their spirit still continues, I think there's a scientific law, and I shouldn't be saying this right now on air, I don't even know if it's the right one, but it's something about how energy is never destroyed, it's always transferred. And so when we die, some of us believe that our soul doesn't die with our body, it transcends. And it helps those other people and surrounds them and guides them through life so that they can live the best life they can. And so I brought this slideshow out today just to pay homage to those who have passed and those who are still present, but those who have passed who are still watching over all of us and trying to give us hints and clues and let us know how we should proceed.
That's absolutely beautiful. Ancestral worship and just, yeah, I strongly agree with that coming from my Okinawan background, my whatever the heck I am. It doesn't matter. It's da 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 da. But everything you said, I don't care if anyone gets offended by it because I thought what you said was absolutely beautiful, and I agree with everything you said. We should acknowledge those who came before us, and we should acknowledge those who helped pave the roads in a sense that we walk on nowadays. And so, thank you. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. We are so blessed because not only are you singing this song, you sing another song later in the show as well. And so we'll get to hear not only your beautiful voice, but some of your beautiful words as well. I'm pumped.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oscar.
I will see you in a little bit, Dave.
See you. Thank you.
That's not just Dave, you know. It's just like when I see Dave, it's not Dave, it's Dave J Abrams. You got to say the full name for him. Anyways, next up, we have another small business from Oakland, Hella Tea. Actually, it's a black woman-owned small business, Hella Tea, and they got some quality. They have all these different things. This one is called Nips Tea Hustle. We got some T Short. I don't know if you can see it. There it is, T Short. Some MT Hammer. And last but not least, STUPID. If you're from Oakland or in the Bay Area, you might understand some of those references. If not, you were just thinking, wow, this guy just showing some really weird tea bags. They're not weird. They are phenomenal. Highly recommend. Check out Hella Tea, made in Oakland. Do-do-do-dum. All right. All that good stuff out of the way. We love you, Hella Tea. I drink you every morning. But we're coming around one more time to the second song for each of these beautiful performers that we have here tonight. So, can we please bring Anthony back on the stage?
And we back.
And we back.
Oh man, those T names were killing me. That was hilarious.
Right? You gotta check. There's so many. Then like with
That
Kamala
wasn't
Harris, you know, that she just became Madam VP. There's quite a few that honor her as well. So I mean,
Okay.
check the. I say, you know, check them out. Hella Tea, they're pretty cool. But
Looking at that.
anyways, Anthony, what will
And
you
we're
be
back
singing
right
for
after
us?
intermission, kinda, sorta.
Yeah, that it wasn't
Yeah.
a commercial. It was just intermission. That's all it was, you know.
Oh, I didn't change. I should have changed. I meant to change.
That's my bad.
you,
Anyways.
you.
What will you be singing for? What will you be serenading us for this second round of songs that you got?
So, the next one didn't used to be a part of musical theater, but it very recently became a part of musical theater, and that is Thunderdome, or We Don't Need Another Hero, as sung by Tina Turner. We have a new musical called Tina, the musical, which is fantastic. I had the pleasure of being able to see it in London in 2019, and it like revitalized, like, okay, now I'm gonna go back home and we're gonna perform, yeah, because this is what I'm doing. So it was just great, and I picked this song because, now granted, I will admit that I definitely am not going off of, you know, why the song was written or any of that, you know, or the movie that it was put in or any of that. But for me, it says something about us, especially people of color, coming out of harder times. And there's always harder times that we're coming out of. And that many times we are like waiting for, I feel like in this time we've been waiting for the next Martin Luther King, the next Malcolm X, the next Marcus Garvey, the next leader. When really a big portion of that is that leader will come out if we all just educate ourselves, you know, properly. Just learn to educate yourself, talk to one another, and those heroes will come out as it happens, but we don't need to wait for another, like, one hero to come and shine through. And so that's really what spoke to me in this.
That's beautiful. Wow, I love that. That is amazing, and I can't wait for you to sing the song again. I can't wait for them to hear you sing this song. This is phenomenal. Okay, that's all I gotta say. You take it away. You kill it.
I'll just do it. Oh, man. Oopsie. It didn't start at the beginning there. Let's try that again. Hey. Out of the ruins, out from the wreckage, can't make the same mistake this time. We are the children, the last generation. We are the ones they left behind. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. Looking for something we can rely on. There's gotta be something better out there. Ooh, love and compassion. Their day is coming. All else are castles built in the air. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. So what do we do with our lives when we leave only a mark? Will our story shine like a light or end in the dark? Is it all or nothing? Do do do. Yeah. Hey, we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. Come on, children, sing. Yeah, we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome.
That was straight beast mode. I don't know what else to say. You said let the children sing, and I was like, we don't need another hero.
Yes. That's what we needed.
Honest, thank you for sharing that. And you told such a beautiful story about just like how we don't need to be looking for another hero because it just there's always new trouble and new conflict and new just glass barriers to break through. What is something that brings you hope to continue breaking through all these different glass ceilings that hold you down?
I mean, I know there's a different story being told all over the world. And each corner has its own thing, and the Bay Area does things its own way. San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, Richmond, all y'all, we all do the same way. Every hoe and every area code. But I think it is a case of just seeing the little instances where people come together. Whether it is for marches, whether it's like, I can't go out there right now, but I can give you some money. People, the way people have been making and handing out masks here in the Bay Area has been phenomenal. Like reminding people to stay masked up and stay safe has been great. And so I think each one of those little interactions gives me a little bit more hope in humanity.
Oh, that's beautiful. It sounds like it's the community. That's the community for you.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Is that? I can't remember which day of Kwanzaa that is, but definitely Cuban. I don't want to say the wrong one. I'll get in trouble.
Hey, I feel like I would get in more trouble if I said the wrong one, to be honest.
I mean,
I'm not even gonna try. No, but your singing is absolutely. I think I already said this before. It's so powerful. You said such a strong and rich, deep voice, and I know I don't think people expected to hear this version of a Tina Turner song, but
yeah.
I'm thinking you should record this maybe. I don't know, just something for the future, or
we having one day, something for the basses. I know that there's not a lot of us basses running around out here in these streets, but I'm here to represent. Always here to represent the basses. I definitely enjoy because a lot of music by many people, sang down in my key is, still fantastic music, even if I'm not hitting a high cue every chance I get.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, you like Dave said earlier, you keep it strong with the bass notes. You hold us down. If it weren't for the bass, everyone above you would sound terrible. I mean, it's you. You're the secret.
I'm trying to be that secret sauce. I'm trying. Just a little bit of Thousand Island. Just a little bit. Thousand Island.
Absolutely. Thousand Island. Well, thank you so much for being our Thousand Island dressing today. You were absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you for having me.
Actually,
this is fantastic. Yeah.
I know we're gonna see you back in a little bit, just to be say your goodbyes to all your adoring fans out there. So we'll see you back in a second. Thank you so much for serenading us once again.
Of course.
Goodbye. Next up, we have Mr. Marshawn Lynch himself, Oakland Tech graduate, Skyline High School rival, whatever. But then he went to Cal Berkeley for college and football and all that stuff because he lived close to his mother and his grandmother, I believe. But he is also a small business owner in the Bay Area, Beast Oakland Apparel. Beast Mode Apparel, that's what it is, not Beast Oakland. But he is phenomenal, and he also helps, I don't know if anyone saw this, he had a viral video of delivering turkeys in Hawaii for Thanksgiving. He helps give financial advice to other football players who, if you all of a sudden get millions of dollars, you probably need a little bit of financial advice. And he's been helping, and he stays true to it. Because one time when he was about to be on the Raiders, he took a Southwest flight. I was on the same Southwest flight as him, and it was a $50 flight. So look at Marshawn Lynch if you don't know. He is a beast. And the next person on our list is about to go straight beast mode on y'all too. Can we bring out Yaadi one last time?
Hey.
I believe that's Yaadi, and your guitarist is Chanel?
Chanel, yes. And you can also find them and see their wonderful guitar solos that they put on their Instagram, which is Chai Plays Guitar, CHI Plays Guitar. They're amazing. I feel so happy to have them here for this second song, which is an original. And it's kind of like a part two, even though it's my song, to She Used to Be Mine. Now this is a song that I wrote when I felt empowered and telling myself, it's called Can't Keep the Sun from Shining, aka Stronger. but just telling myself that I'm strong and that I'm not gonna let anybody bring me down. And if I get knocked down, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna keep trying. So that is what this song is about.
Okay,
so
singer.
Enjoy it.
Okay, singer-songwriter, we see you. I can't wait to see your storytelling. Well, take it away.
Okay, you ready, sweetie? Hey!
just like stealing the show right now. Like that. Oh.
Thank you, babe.
That is such a beautiful original song. Is like, I know this might not be the only place that we could hear you sing this song. Is there somewhere else we might be able to find this song, or where?
Yeah, well, right now, oh yeah, look at the camera, not the screen, so much. Right now, I just sang it with my band. There's a live recording of it on my YouTube page, Yaadi Erica, YAADI ERICA, from the Black Girl Magic Showcase. And right now, I am hoping to get some grant money, raise some funds, looking for donations, so that people can send money, because we're ready to go to the studio. The band is ready, I'm ready. We got a few songs that we're ready to put out, so it just takes a little bit of money. So if you want to help support this song being out, and you're feeling it, you can Venmo me at Erica, ERICA, dash this way, right? Right, dash Richardson, RICHARDSON, dash 38, okay? So, yeah, you can Venmo me there, or just email me, where we can set something up if you would like to donate to our recording project. Yeah, so that is what's going on with this song. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we can all tell that you're ready for the studio, and I think we're all ready for you to be in the studio too, to be honest. Like, that was phenomenal. Like, and it's you were talking about how it's like you were trying to tell the story from your first song as well, and how like the first song is more like not too confident. This one brings a lot more confidence and just like hope. And I was wondering what is something that brings hope into your life?
God, for real, especially during this pandemic, and seeing, all humans showing their humanity, which can be good, bad, and ugly. But I also practice Ifa and work with my ancestors and the Orishas, and just really harnessing my relationship with God has really helped me so much, being connected to the Most High, to the higher power. I believe it so much more than I ever have before, that there is something that exists, that is looking out for us, that we can communicate with. Even when we're in the darkest night of our soul, there is still that light there that is willing to support us and to be there for us and be a rock for us when we can't even stand no more. And if we just harness our connections with our spirit guides, the Most High, our ancestors, they're there. They are there, and it has, I know it's cliche because I thank God, but like I really do. God has helped me stay alive and reminded me to find the good in music and utilize music as a way to heal myself, not just other people. Like, I've been singing songs to myself, and nobody knows these songs at all. They're just strictly for me, and so I'm really grateful that this pandemic, with all the drama, it has pushed me to a place where I can find my strength, support, guidance, and grounding in the Most High. So I'm really grateful for that.
I'm so happy to hear that, because quarantine and pandemic can bring us down so much. So it's like so amazing to hear your re-strengthened relationship with God and how it's been able to help you find a light, brighten it yourself, and now even share this light with so many people. Like, with all of there's a light on me right now, but the light inside that you gave me is so much brighter. So
Thank you.
I'm so grateful for you to be here and to share such beautiful storytelling with us. And it's just, wow. Thank you so much. We're going to
be here. Thank you.
Sweet. We're going to say goodbyes in a second, but wow. Your singing is phenomenal, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just I have all the tissues hidden below the camera right now, so just whatever.
It's okay, let it out, let those emotions out.
Definitely. Oh, sweet. Well, we'll see you in a second, but yeah.
All right, phenomenal. See you in a sec. Okay, bye.
Wow. And I was saying, like, didn't she just, steal the show? Like someone else we know? Like Ricky Henderson, the Hall of Famer from Oakland Technical High School, my rival high school, but Hall of Famer with the Oakland Athletics for having the most stolen bases in history. Yeah. I think she did steal the show like Ricky Henderson. Yeah, that's right. Okay, enough about Oakland Technical High School people. They're unimportant. Well, they are important, but they are not as important as our next guest. Our last singer of the night, Mr. Dave J Abrams. Can you please come down?
Coming down. Come on down. The price is right.
Look at that entrance. You just, it's just, yeah, amazing.
I like entrances, man. That's all I can do. And then the meat of everything, it's like, who knows?
I don't know about all of that.
We'll give it to you. You can do it for us.
No.
You're killing it. You're killing it. You're still in the show.
Yeah, but I'm blessing the audience by not singing for them. While on the other hand, you get to serenade us with your next song coming up. What are you performing for us this time?
All right. So it was hard to pick the next selection, but I wanted to do something where I pay tribute to people who have paved the way for young artists like myself, and then also to pay homage to people who presently are doing great things for the culture. And then I wanted to do a little spin and create my own lyrics for a verse. So the song is called "Before I Let Go," originally recorded by Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. Actually, Frankie Beverly got really big from San Francisco. He had met Marvin Gaye, and then he had huge albums came out. Remember that song, "Joy and Pain and Sunshine and Rain"? Remember that? And so it's like music like that Motown era funk, soul, all that stuff I wanted to pay homage to today. And then also throw a little bit of celebration for our queen Beyonce. Beyonce remastered this song, which is perfect for any cookout, barbecue, kiki, kickback, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to play, this song is great for that. And so, I love Beyonce. She's someone who I grew up listening to back when she was in Destiny's Child, and then when she blew up and went solo, she always had this ability to reinvent herself, and that's just so inspiring. So this song is called "Before I Let Go." Last thing I want to say, for some people, this gives me a platform to say this. I recently got hired as a hiring manager, which is so funny, a hiring manager for a cargo and freight company working alongside Amazon. And this is probably one of the first times I had a big boy job, and it has a great package and great benefits. And a part of my artistic journey was always that I never had enough money to do everything that I wanted to do. And we're in a time right now where some people are just trying to survive, and unfortunately that's kind of where I'm at. And so I just wanted to say that I may not be doing many performances like this for a while, and I don't know when theater's coming back. I'm never going to say that I'm never going to do it again, but I know that I just wanted to share with people who know me that I probably will not be actively seeking acting jobs, dance jobs, gigs, TV work, teaching stuff right now, just because I don't have the time for it. I have the love for it, but the ability, something Yaadi was saying earlier, is just we want to make this work, but where's the financial backing of that? And that's a whole other conversation too about where we're going in the theater industry with AB5 and all of this stuff, but we'll talk about that later. So
definitely.
Yeah.
I like I said, you're then the first time, your voice is amazing and your words are just as beautiful. So feel free to use this as a platform to share anything of your personal experience. We are open for that, and we're grateful you did. Without further ado, take it away, my man. Take it away.
Let's party, you guys. Let's do this. Let's celebrate too. Let's do it. Here we go. Da, da. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 da, ba. You make me happy. This you can bet. You stood right beside me, and I won't forget. And I really love you. You should know. I want to make sure I'm right before I let go. Now we had our good times that we can say, and then we all had to shelter, yeah, shelter in place. But I won't be foolish, no, I wanna know, I wanna make sure I'm right, world, before I let go. You know I thank God sun rises and shines on you. You know there's nothing, nothing, nothing I wouldn't do. Whoa, before I let you go. Whoa, I never, 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 never gonna let you go before I go. Before I let go, yeah, before I let go, before I let go, yeah. Listen, imagine a world in which all of us are brothers, established as a family. No fighting, no hate, only loving one another. We could achieve unity. It shouldn't matter if you're black or white. All of us are all created to exist. It shouldn't matter who you want to love, so long as it's all consensual and harmless. And I just want to know, before I let go, yeah, before I let go, before I let go, yeah. Beyonce, she pulled up to Coachella. She hangs with the Gourds fellas. She brought the squad in here. Black on black bandanas, I do Satan champagne. Yeah, she does a damn thing. Dirty Diana, singing and dancing all in the rain. Ooh, I just wanna have a good time. Twirl that jump to the right. Turn around, dip and glide, yeah. Ooh, bunny hop, drop, pop. Cross your legs, turn around and clap. Shuffle to the left, let's glide, yeah. Ooh, drop it down, low, 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 low to the floor. Shuffle it, then roll. Ooh, before I let you go, yeah, 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 hey. Before I let go, yeah, ooh, before I let go, yeah, oh Lord, I will never let you go. Thank you.
Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave. Dave J Abrams. Yeah.
Oscar, Oakland, Oscar. Hey.
When you got to the Beyonce part, that just floored me. I mean, I don't know. That just, whoo, nah. You're, if I know you said you're not looking for any, you're probably not looking for any performances to get more stable and whatnot, but I'm going to tell you, this is a phenomenal performance. I want to say it's your last. I'm not saying it's your last performance, but I'm saying it's a phenomenal performance for it being what you said right before everything you performed. Anyways, you were phenomenal. And I love, and like no one knows this because I was behind a black wall and whatnot, but I was dancing the whole time because I felt you were just making me feel the
Oscar,
music.
man, when things come back, when the clubs open up and the nightclubs are back in, karaoke night, you and me, man, it's gonna be, it will be a fun night. Believe me. Let's just hope we can all get home one time. You know what I mean? Like, get home safely.
The club won't be ready. What are you talking about?
They won't be ready. They will be ready.
Nah, but hey, yo, I mean, it's been, wow. I've seen you perform in a couple of shows, and it's just like I miss seeing you in person on a stage in front of all of your adoring fans, and I want to know, man, because you bring such a different type of energy, just like this wholeness, and like what brings you this hope, and like what brings you this power, and like all the like for your craft or just for your life.
Yeah, man. Great question. It's hard to answer that. You know, a lot of people, you know, they love to, or we all want to celebrate those who are pretty famous in public, and we all know them, you know, the Whitney Houstons, Malcolm X, Martin Luther, right?
Yeah.
As we should. But what gives me hope is the people who don't get recognized that much, who are doing that work to keep everybody, to keep the world safe and hopefully hoping for a better tomorrow. And I gotta give a shout out to my grandmother, Gwen Burgess. Without her, I don't know where I would be, you guys. Honestly, she's been my emotional backing. She's been an economic backing. She's been a friend. She's been just someone to listen to, someone to talk to, and someone who listens to me. And so my grandmother is precious, and every day I get to spend with her while she's on this planet is a gift for me. Another person who gives me hope is my mother. My mother is such a strong, resilient woman. She is like a crab is really hard on the outside, but really sensitive in the inside. I feel like my mother is like that. She if you meet my mom, she'll let you know who she is, but she's also someone who's just so loving and so sweet. So yeah, those women give me hope. God gives me hope, and all the blessings he gives me while we're in this pandemic, for me to still have food and water and shelter and heat. My prayers go out to all those in Texas right now who are dealing with this horrible storm that just came through. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But we can go on and on about so many inspirational people. A lot of people who are watching the show right now, I want to give thanks to, but we'll make sure I have time to do that later.
I just want to bring this up one more time. I know it's like the third time I said this, but you have a beautiful voice. But your words are so beautiful too, because you just gave the most amazing analogy about a crab and about your mother. And usually those two things in my head don't go well together, but you just, I'm just, wow. If my mom heard
I don't know how my brain works. I don't know. My brain is an interesting piece of work here, but I don't know. Thank you. I'll take it as a compliment.
No. I mean, I hope your mom should consider it a compliment too. But honestly, a crab and I don't know what you can't do. Literally.
You want me to bring out the list? Nah, it's played.
Stop it.
But we're always learning. We're always growing. And one thing I want to share to anybody who's also watching too is love yourself. Practice self-love. Start small. Scalability is best. And then from there, when you feel like you got that groundedness, then start branching out, start reaching out. We're a lot of us are having battles right now that we feel like maybe we can't surmount over, or we feeling like we're failing. But if we learn how to just take a step back, control what we can, get that support system that we need, we can move forward. So love yourself, be kind to yourself, and know that change is going to come. Could have been my third song. Would have been a great segue right there. But
wow.
That's kidding.
You just made them hear you. But no, Dave, you're phenomenal. We're gonna come right back to you in a second because we gotta bring everyone back for a goodbye. But I just gotta say one last thing before you say goodbye to all your adoring fans and all that good stuff. So thank you for singing, thank you for talking, and we'll see you in just 1 second. Awesome, Dave J Abrams, y'all. Come on, unreal. All right, Last shirt, but finally not least, the glove. Mr. Gary Payton himself from what high school? Skyline High School. And this is a product of Oaklandish. Oaklandish does amazing work for the community of Oakland since 2000. And like, they get a couple profits, but a lot of their money goes back into the community. And that is what we need to keep on doing. And why do I keep on talking about these these black-owned small businesses? Because the money we put forward now is going to shape our society in the future. And also, why do I keep on talking about Oakland public high schools? Because when I was at Oakland public high schools and Oakland public schools, people were questioning, can I count? Yes, I can count. We had 3 performers today and they both sang 2 songs. Boom, counting. It doesn't matter. Go to public high schools. Don't be afraid of public high schools because we had no funding for even paper. So if you take your kids out of public high schools, then the funding for all these other kids who can't afford private high schools, it's just, they have less of an opportunity. And so we just need to keep on thinking about how can we help other people in our communities, whether it's the money we spend at different businesses or whether the place that we send our children or how we just talk to different people on the street or how we look at them or how we just greet them. So this guy's a Hall of Famer, and I'm just going to bring back all the Hall of Famers that also performed in this show today for the amazing Black History Month show that we had. Hello, you beautiful
We're
soul.
back.
So we're coming to the end of the show. Such a sad time because you guys are such phenomenal performers. But I just wanted to open this up for any last words or final goodbyes that you wanted to say to all your adoring fans out there. And if anyone, and I think with the, ladies first, if you would like to go, Yaadi Erica.
Oh my gosh. I just want to thank everybody for coming online and watching us and allowing us to have an opportunity to share our talent. Dave Abrams, this is not going to be your last performance, so quit trying to pull a Jay-Z or something like, I'm leaving the game. No, you are not. Okay, you need to be out here in these streets, so don't even try me. I was laughing so hard. I was like, I cannot believe he's announcing this. This is not going to last, okay? So just putting that to the side, you gonna see Dave. Just thanking everybody, thanking Japoy for putting this together, for asking me to be a part of it. It's been so bittersweet and just like, not bitter, but really sweet actually, performing with Dave and Anthony in particular. Anthony was one of the first people I ever worked with in theater when I moved out here, and Japoy, one of the first people, and that was over 10 years ago, and we're still rocking with each other. Dave, that was like 9 years ago you played my baby boy in Hairspray, and let me tell you, that show, we was off the rip. This dude was flipping, he had all the girls like throwing their panties at him. It was such a fun show, but like that cast was so great. It like solidified a lot of relationships with some actor folks that I still, talk to today. So I was super juiced to have Anthony and Dave be on the roster along with me. And just shout out to everybody who's watching tonight. Shout out to everybody who is still creating art during this pandemic and who haven't stopped and who aren't giving up and who are saying yes to opportunities. I know it's different virtually, but say yes to those opportunities. Sharing your gifts, is very important and imperative right now, to not fall away into a little cocoon. Keep sharing your gifts, keep sharing what you have to offer. And I'm just grateful to be here today and excited for recording the album this winter and then releasing some of the songs and then starting to film some music videos for the songs over the summertime. So I'm really excited for this project coming up, and you can go on my Instagram if you want updates on how everything's going. It's YAADI ERICA, Yaadi Erica, and my YouTube is the same, and my Facebook is Erica Richardson. So you can go on any of those social handles. to just, stay in touch with what we got going on and some of the projects that are coming forward, and yeah, just grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be able to share my talent and still be able to grow it and hone in on it and get butterflies from it, and want to grow with it and stuff like that. And I'm grateful for being able to be on this with these two here. It's been a blast. It's been a blast. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I don't know what the other question was. That was it, right?
You killed. Yeah. You're great. You're great. I love that explanation. That was a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So thank you for being here with us, Anthony. What do you got to?
Wait, hold on. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to my dad and my sister and my brothers and their partners and all my family members who tuned in today and were texting me during the performance. And shout out to all my close friends who tuned in too. I love y'all, and I felt so warm and fuzzy when you guys started texting me. That was really beautiful, and that really uplifted my spirit. So thank you. I love y'all. And that's it. Okay.
That's beautiful. Once again, thank you for being here. I'm gonna
Thank you
let
for
this
having
guy talk next.
So now we see why they put me at the beginning of sets, because I can't, like, the following of these two beautiful humans is a feat. No, but honestly, like, so happy to be here. I have enjoyed working with and the company of both these creatures that have just been screaming their faces off into little microphones in some room somewhere that we, who knows where it is. And, it's great to witness these things. I know for people who are purveyors of theater and the performance arts and normally live, I know this is not the same. We recognize it's not the same for us either. But I do think that it is very interesting that we are now creating all of this wonderful artistic content during this time that will stick around in perpetuity. Like you will always be able to go on YouTube and find this. You will always be able to go on Facebook Live and find this, as well as many other performances that many people are doing. Dave does have an addiction when it comes to theater, and so we'll see if he'll be able to break that fast. Because it is a very difficult addiction to break. I have been there. I know it. I have seen it. I have namyoed. And it is something that you really do have to sit with yourself, and it's a decision that is personal, and it is between you and your spirit, and ancestors and gods and everything that to come to you to get to that. But I also understand that this is a difficult time for many artists, because in this country artists aren't under the same protections. Many a times, even those of us who are union artists are not always under the same protections based on like what show we just did or just finished before all of this happened, and it just may not be enough to maintain, especially in an expensive area like the Bay Area. So it is something that we will embrace, Dave, and we will not. We will treat him like the father of the prodigal son and not the brothers of the prodigal son. We will welcome him. We will embrace him. We will dance with him. We will shake a stanky leg with him anytime he is ready. But to all who were watching, both now and later, thank you. We're just happy to see you. My family members that made it, my family members that are watching this later, hey y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for this opportunity. This has been fun, and it's been good to perform with these two people who I don't often get to perform with, even when we are working. Like, you just never know when you're going to come around and see someone in a show again. And so, I've been knowing Erica for I think around 13, 14 years now, and Dave around 10 years, and it's through this medium. It's through us getting on stage and doing the work together and hitting those boards and sweating in the limelight. They make it look easy. It's a lot more work for me, but it is a labor of love for everyone, I think. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing those beautiful words. Last but not least, I think Dave has to reply with something after being called out the past 2 thank yous. But I mean, Dave, take it away.
Thank you guys once again for inviting me onto the show. Thank you, Vince Media, J. Poy Ramos, and Oscar for creating this space for me and 2 wonderful artists that I can never get enough of, honestly. When I first started musical theater, like going into the regional sector of things, one of my first shows was Smokey Joe's Café. It came at a time where I didn't really know how to read music that well. I didn't really know all of the particulars of how theater really worked. I mean, I did children's theater, but this was a whole nother level, right? And watching professionals like Anthony handle the score, take down choreography quickly. He has a bachelor's in dance, and it's proven when he's out on that stage. And then also listening to him. He's a ham backstage. You keep the energy alive. You keep us laughing. I really wish we could show that pizza commercial right now. That oh, it's priceless.
It'll never die.
It'll never die. It'll never die. I might put that one on my Instagram and show it. But I thank you guys so much for accepting me. And then and Erica, we met Hairspray. We were just young kids just trying to make it happen, still making it happen, but you had this authenticity about you and this groundedness about you when you take stage that blew my mind, inspired me. And you came out, and I remember you one day you came over, I don't know if it was at my co-op house or it was backstage, but you were like, man, let's get some flashcards. Let me show you these flashcards. This is how you're going to learn what a C sharp major looks like, or a G flat, or what, all these different key signatures and all that stuff. So it was that kind of teaching and that kind of support and stuff. I can never take that back, and I can never forget that. And I thank you guys so much for your leadership and your love and support. So keep that support, even if things shift. So this is what I want to say in response to taking a break from, this type of industry right now. Because I think as a human being, there are so many facets of ourselves. Life, let's be honest, as strong and powerful as song and dance is, there are other parts of the world that are just as important. Politics, reaching out, philanthropy.
Right.
Let's say having an economic basis for your family. I would love to have children one day. I would love to be able to buy a home one day. I would love to be able to do these things. And when I'm looking at the math, and I'm looking at who I am and my worth, and I'm not trying to compare myself to other people, but I feel like it would be really nice right now, while I can, to find this financial backing I have. If I have it, then I can jump in with sharper, with more of a budget, and more, know-how. But I never want to say never, I think if I do have a family, I want my children singing and dancing all the time. So I'm gonna have them first position, second position, third, fourth. Let's go, sashay. I'm ready. I'm ready. We will have a dance. We will have a dance studio in the house. We will have a piano. We will be singing songs. Yes, it's gonna happen. But to make a living, it's a little testy right now. But I do want to before I let go, I want to give a shout out to my best friend Noah David James, Josiah, Michael Purifoy, who's getting his bachelor's in computer science, Rashad Pridgeon, who I mentioned earlier, Abiyah Shea and Arisha work, Amora Tabor Smith, who taught me modern dance back in college, and Go Bears. Bay Area Bears, where it's at. We were speaking about Marshawn Lynch. I was like, yes, it's great. It was kind of around my time when I was in college. And Samote, Spencer Samote Pulu. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mom, my Uncle Melvin, my sisters Onaja, Onika, Oneda. Thank you all, and everyone watching. Appreciate you.
Y'all are phenomenal. You guys just shared such beautiful love about your own lives, and as well as the love that you guys all share with each other. And I think that's something so special about this one today. Of course, we're celebrating so many great things that have come from Black History Month and how we need to keep on staying aware of it, even outside of February. But just showing the love that you all have for each other, I think it's just, I think we talked about when Erica was up. She helped show her light to us. And it's just like seeing the connection you all have together. That's another light that is just so beautiful to see. And we're just so grateful that you were able to share it with us tonight. But sadly, the virtual cafe is coming to a close. The hours are over. It's closing time here at the cafe. So as your waiter, don't tip your waiter. Tip your performers. They are phenomenal. They had all their Venmos listed earlier, so if you are able to, please send them any kind of compensation you can, because they are phenomenal and they deserve it. All right. That's all from the virtual cafe. Thank you for joining in. Have a happy end of Mercury in retrograde, and enjoy your last week of this beautiful month, everybody. Catch you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.